You already set yourself.
I'm ready to go.
You use this
I'm
one?
waiting on you, yeah.
Oh, alright.
I went from your personal collection.
Ready whenever you are. Yeah, just go.
The personal reserve.
Your personal reserve. That's private reserve.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, we just got water. To order whiskey. Alright, let's line up. Burner. I'm ready to roll. Already have some thoughts.
It's just focusing on. Oh, there we go.
Ah, look. Yeah, that's face recognition. So if we both look away, camera's confused now.
Good thing we're not black.
I'm gonna cut that. That is a non-racist focus. This camera knows.
What a racist American.
This guy.
I'm just saying, not all facial recognition works.
There's no just saying.
On a dark complexion, we'll call it a dark complexion.
Gonna cut that all off. Anyway. Okay, we better get to serious thing. Yeah, hi there. You see, we're unprepared. We didn't really think about what to do. That's not really true, so we know to talk about one tobacco. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so we're here at Ronny's place, and with me is Ethan.
Hey, hey, hey.
So he's back. He's already back, been back for some videos on his channel. So yeah, he's on recovery. He's still on recovery, you can say that. He was kind enough to come to my place, so he's on his way back to Ukraine. So
I was kind enough to come to your place.
Yeah.
Seems a bit backwards to me.
Yeah, well, I was really glad. So he was in Stuttgart again for some last surgery, and perhaps when you've seen my video, Spring Tobacco, I told the story. So if you're not into that, so and you can, of course, hit Ethan's channel where you can see everything on dash cam.
Yeah.
That's pretty tough.
Well, not everything, but
yeah. Well, that's pretty.
It's there if you want to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I really admire that. I don't know if I'm not so sure. So, I don't know. First thing, I don't know if I would have pulled out the camera lying there thinking to die and doing some last. So I told him, can't beat that.
Yeah. I know. There's nowhere to go from here now.
No.
Yeah.
No. So, yeah, so anyway, so he had last surgery and then he's on recovery coming. So he's on his way back to Ukraine and he's going over Bremen. So so we joined yesterday and today having some pipes, being at Ronny's place, being in town and so on. So I think we had a great time. So at least I had.
Yeah, indeed. I never thought I'd. Yeah, I was telling you the other day. I'm just, a simple boy from a small town, and it's crazy. I always.
You're just fishing for compliments.
What compliment comes from that? I don't know.
I don't know.
Just, often I think, wow, it's crazy that I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm living where I'm living, and every day sort of I pinch myself a little bit, and I've had a couple of those moments the last 2 days, just walking around downtown and in the cathedral, and being at your place right on the river, and
Yeah, we're really glad to have you here. So we had a lot of fun. So
visited the cottage today.
We had a lot of fun, but we also had a serious talk, and so what's life about, and so on. So I really enjoyed that. So since we want to talk about pipe tobacco, and yesterday we came in and had Ronny's place, and just 2 new tobaccos just showed up. We want to talk especially about one of those 2 tobaccos, because we think it's really excellent tobacco. So first I show you the tobacco. We're not really going into that, but I at least want to show you. This is this one. That's the Launch Blend. I think the Launch Blend. So I don't know if camera has it. Can you see if camera has it?
Lower it a little bit. There we go. That's good.
Yeah. All right. So that's a VAUEN tobacco, Dr. Pearl. So what we know, this company doesn't produce tobaccos themselves. So that's done by Kohlhaas, as all those tobaccos from VAUEN. So they say, damn, what's in German? It's a wonderful. You want to translate? You want to
Let me read that for you.
Yeah, try to read that. I try to translate them.
Okay. It's an exquisite composition of Black Cavendish, Virginia Burley, and Virginia Flake.
Did you make that up?
It's an exclusive mixture.
You are just guessing.
That's all I got. I got the first half. Tell me how good I did.
Yeah, well, they say
all the English parts.
Black Cavendish, Virginia Burley, Virginia Flake. Yeah, you just took the names. So what do they say? Well, that's really small letters. So it's a nice smell, they say. It's not too heavy. Different cuts.
Yeah.
That makes it burn very good. It does. There's just 1 or 2 things I want to tell you about that. It's heavy aromatic.
Yeah, I was a bit skeptical.
As far as it gets, so there's a plum note on it. But for me, the interesting point really was that really keeps the flavor from top to bottom.
Just about all the way down.
And it's not complicated. I don't think it's harsh. I don't think it's too moisty or whatever. So it comes in good condition. So it's a decent aromatic.
Smoked pretty cool too.
Yeah. Well, we can discuss if that's still tobacco. We were talking about yesterday. I said, yeah, well, there's an expression I really like. That is the question: is it still tobacco? It's good anyway. So, and I think that fits here. So it's very plummy and a bit fruity.
Yeah.
So I'm not so much for the plum.
It's got a little sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit in there.
So it's all right. If you want to give yourself a treat, we don't know what's coming up for Christmas yet. But if there's nothing coming up at all.
Yeah, you're right. That wouldn't be a bad one for Christmas.
Yeah, plum.
I wasn't expecting much, but it was pretty enjoyable. I could see myself smoking more of it.
I know the price because that's a sample box. But it's probably around the same price than the second tobacco we want to talk about. So, I think we can recommend that for a decent aromatic. So, you can go with that. So there's nothing bad about
Yeah,
it.
it's definitely smokable.
Yeah, smokable. Nothing you want to smoke for the rest of your life, perhaps. But that's all right. So second tobacco is, now that's an exception because what, you know the Auenland series. No, yeah, there we go. So the Auenland series, it's known as the Shire. It's also on the tin, the Shire. And this is some kind of Lord of the Ring tobacco. And there's several of these tobaccos, and I think you can nearly find all of these on the channel. And this one's called Broken Flake. So the difference is all the other tobaccos, they were aromatics. So you want to expect an aromatic if you read Auenland the Shire. So now I did too. But this is a really pure, natural tobacco. It's not only natural, it's really something that is, I don't know how to describe, that's really even strong.
Yeah, it has a definite, it's a pronounced
Right.
flavor. Yeah.
Right. So I tell you what to say.
Right away, yeah.
Do you want to go first?
No, I think I did a good enough job the first time.
So let's say it's a complex and very rich flake. It's already rubbed, and that's interesting.
By the way, I was going to say that because it's called the Broken Flake, but it's not broken. It's a ready rub.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. So now you mention it. Yeah, that's right. So they say it's ready rub, and they give an explanation. So, and that is, so it's ready to pack.
Oh no.
We didn't think that. So
good thing they told me.
we were always wondering about the ready rub. So why do they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's ready to be rubbed.
Yeah. Well, it's ready to. Yeah. If it's a broken flake. A broken flake is ready to be rubbed.
Yes.
So the name would be ready to be rubbed. So
yeah, that's a bit misleading.
Yeah, this broken flake. Anyway, so perhaps they don't know what that is. So the mixture is cool, smoked easily. It's done from dark Virginia. There's some spicy burley. I always say spicy burley. I don't know if burley really spicy. So burley depends on what you put on it. So burley is known for, being good and absorbing. So what? Anyway, they say spicy burley. There's a bit Kentucky, smoky Kentucky. I don't know smoky. I always thought Latakia is smoky, but I don't know. They say smoky Kentucky. And there's a little bit of.
What is that? Luxurious.
Luxurious Perique.
Yeah. Opposed to like the everyman Perique.
I don't know what the difference is between normal Perique and luxurious Perique. Well, I don't know.
The price.
That's about the price. Okay, let me tell the price. It's €12.50. But I think that's okay for this kind of tobacco. So I show you tobacco. And that's what I'm smoking now. And you see, I was talking a lot and still burning. So there's nothing wrong with that. Even if,
sorry, that was an untimely relight, wasn't it?
You want to prove me wrong?
Yeah.
So anyway, I show you tobacco. Well, there's nothing so interesting about it. And so it looks like many ready wrapped do. So. But I think it looks good. So and
it's quite a bit redder than it showed up on there.
Yeah?
It looked pretty dark.
Yeah, but that's just on the display.
Sorry.
We don't know what it's the real HD result. So yeah. Anyway, so what does it smell like?
I was just smelling this before we started filming, and at first, it's not a very strong smell, But the longer I smell it, I don't know, I get like drawn into it. It tastes, I smell a bit of that pumpkin bread that we tried yesterday.
Okay.
So some bread and a bit of a little sweetness in there.
Yesterday we were talking about raisins, and we said raisins in bread. So we don't like raisins in bread.
Raisins, get the hell out of my bread. And muffins and pancakes.
Yeah. But we like tobacco that with raisin and bread notes.
And
so.
this is a good example of that.
Yeah, I think so. Let me just try. Yeah.
And I don't smell a lot of the spiciness.
Well, there's
I'm
a
not
little,
expecting it.
little sour note from the Perique.
Yeah.
And it's perhaps a bit raisin, but perhaps a bit leather too. So, yeah. So, I think you might have an idea. So, because I don't want to say many tobaccos smell like this. This kind of mixture. So, yeah, there are differences in smell, but there's one class of tobacco that smells like that. Okay. One group.
Do you suspect the burley's in there? Can you smell that? Any
No.
sort of no. Yeah.
I think it's behind the other components. The interesting thing is I've tried to detect the Kentucky, and I think you just detect it when you know it. So there is a little Kentucky note. Well, I think definitely the sour note, slightly Virginia note is in front.
Yeah.
So it's easy to pack. I think it's good to light up. What about the taste then?
Well, the first thing I notice before we get to the taste is it has a good mouthfeel. Like it produces a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
And it burns slow enough that I can do like a full draw and really enjoy that, hold that smoke in my mouth for a while, and the taste sort of develops.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good description. I never talk about the amount of smoke.
Yeah, that's good.
But that's enough.
Well, that's really important for me. There's a few blends that I want to like, but it's a little too sort of wispy for me, a little too cloudy. And I don't know. I want to feel it. You know, I want to feel like I have a full mouth.
And for me, I think one part of that might be the pepper notes. So this is really what comes in mind for me first. So it's really peppery.
Yeah, and I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I guess I didn't read that it says spicy Kentucky, but it just has a little bit of Perique, right?
Right.
But
right.
I would, if I was just smoking this and I didn't see it and I didn't read it, I would think there was quite a bit of Perique. I wouldn't say a little touch of Perique added at the end.
Maybe the combination of Kentucky and Perique that underlines the pepper notes, but it's really peppery. So they say it's perhaps that's the spicy burley. I don't think so. For me, it's very typical Perique note, and perhaps combined with the Kentucky. But I don't get really the Kentucky something in front or something like that. It's not 3 notes. We really have the full Kentucky, so it's not about that. But really good notes. I think there's enough sweetness to it. Well, it's even enough, so it's not overdone. So I like the sweetness a bit overdone. So I like, I don't know, sweet tobacco, sweet and heavy. So and for me that's the limit. So I don't want to have it any drier. So in opposite of sweetness. But I think that's good. That's good. So I think it's mainly the Virginia delivering the sweetness.
There's something about the mixture. I don't know if it's. I mentioned yesterday. I think it's the burley. I like a good Virginia burley Perique. There's something about just a Virginia Perique that's not quite finished to me.
No, don't say that.
And I don't know if it's...
Don't give me any thumbs down just because I love the vapors.
I smoke a lot of vapors, but my favorites are the ones that have burley added in there. And it's not really enough for me to say, there's a bunch of burley in here. But it adds sort of a depth to the blend that
like the
I think finishes it, yeah. No, not like velvet.
Okay, let's not talk about velvet. Yeah, anyway, so I'm not sure, so it's hard to describe what is special about that, but I think so. We just had a few bowls, so the tobacco just came up and so on, so perhaps we have to revisit that after several tins or whatever. But this is something I think that could be one of my favorite choices, so it's really good tobacco. I don't think I've had a tobacco of that quality last few months at least, so kind of new on the market.
I like how well it smokes. It's so easy to smoke. And typically these sort of Virginia Perique blends, you have to be a little more careful with them. Yeah. And this one I'm able to really just enjoy and not so much think about slowing down and taking it easy. I can really just enjoy the blend, and it behaves really well.
And it's interesting for me to do this review with you because for me there's another point that you perhaps you can't really see from your perspective, because this is tobacco done by a German producer, and for this is very special. So this is not the normal stuff that German producers normally use, so in this combination. So this is some kind of ambitious combination for a German producer like Kohlhase. They have a lot of good natural stuff, but just this kind of combination with Perique.
With Perique, yeah.
Yeah, they're not really into the Perique. And if they do the Perique, sometimes not satisfying. Yeah, well, it's not enough just to throw in, so the more the merrier.
Trying's not good enough.
Yeah, trying is not good enough. So try harder then. Yeah, so this was some kind of unusual experiment for me, getting this from Kohlhase, so from a German producer. So we know, let's say Dun Tobacco, they do very little things with heavy Perique or Perique and with peppery notes. So the tobacco that has, I think, the same amount or near or even more peppery notes, that would be Cabby's mixture, which is for me the tobacco with the most peppery note at all. You haven't tried?
No.
No. But this is really heavy peppery note, but this is already near perhaps, and that's exceptional for me. Yeah, so I already told the price. Show the tin once more. And don't worry about the noise. Marco just came in. Hi, Marco.
Hi. Hello.
And he's eager for coffee. So the noise is the coffee machine. Next time we pull the plug. We pull the plug on that. So okay, that's the tobacco. So produced by Kohlhase, but it's in the Auenland series. So yeah. So also a VAUEN, because the Auenland series that's from VAUEN. So yeah, that's about the tobacco we wanted to talk about. But since I have Ethan here, so I asked him yesterday when we do a video, you feel capable to tell something about the differences in pipe smoking in Ukraine. I don't know, compared to Europe or the US, whatever you like. So because you know both. So my first question would be, what kind of shapes do they prefer when it comes to pipes? Do you know anything about that? Do they prefer long shapes or nose warmers?
No. Very classical, sort of standard billiard.
Standard billiard.
The basic shape.
Which brand?
Whatever they can get, but obviously they want to go for a Peterson probably. It's all about, well, as far as I'm aware, what I'm accustomed to in Ukraine, pipe smoking is a bit more classy, right? It's something by far that not everyone can afford.
It's not the average man pipe smoking.
No,
well,
no.
we know the difference about the average guy pipe smoking. Pipe smoking as some kind of fancy thing.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It's more of a, I might say like a status
Okay.
issue. So when it comes to pipes, you can't be caught smoking some cheap pipe, you know.
And then I prefer the Peterson.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
But really, it's sort of difficult to buy pipe tobacco or pipes. So a lot of it just happens to be what you can get your hands on.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to know someone who knows someone, maybe, or
Not on the
something
internet.
like
It's
that.
traded not on the internet. So.
Well, I suppose you could, but I think they want to be very sure about what they're buying,
Okay.
right? Because they might own 2 pipes, you know?
So they're more traditional customers.
So each purchase is going to be special and well thought out, and they want to touch it and feel it, you know, something like that.
Yeah. What about the tobacco? So do they prefer I don't know, European mixtures, aromatic mixtures, or even like Kia?
That's hard to say. I know a few guys that really prefer Larson, and they'll ask me to put some orders in for some Larson. Aromatic blends tend to prefer. A lot of the pipe smokers I know in Ukraine, they don't. They don't know a lot about the tobacco. Someone might ask me, "Oh, they find out I smoke a pipe." They ask me what I smoke. I'll ask them what they smoke.
Yeah.
I don't know. I said, "Well, I really like Virginia Creek blends." And
Okay. Never heard about it.
Yeah, you know. And they might be smoking for
Okay.
15 years, you know, and it's just not something they concern themselves with.
And what would be the most classical scene? Let's say someone shows up, has his Peterson pipe, and what would you expect that he unpacks when it comes to tobacco? So, which pouch would he have?
Either a Peterson blend,
A Peterson blend.
because that's something you can find
All
pretty
right.
easily. Some Peterson blends or some McBarons. Although I don't see people smoking McBaron. Maybe that's just my circle of friends. Peterson or Larson, I see a lot of that.
And then the
But
aromatics.
typically, they won't sit down and pack a full pipe and smoke it.
Okay.
And that's the biggest difference. They smoke it a lot like a cigarette.
All right.
Okay,
They
so
just
they'll pack
pack
a
what they
bowl.
want to smoke.
No, they'll pack a bowl, but they'll go out for a smoke break and smoke for 10 minutes. And they inhale and they get what they need. And then they might do that 3-4 times, finish their bowl on separate occasions like that. I've never seen a Ukrainian sit down and smoke a bowl.
And what about the opportunities to smoke? So, forbidden everywhere or allowed everywhere? Or?
You know, officially I don't know, but everyone smokes everywhere.
No.
So you can't smoke inside.
Okay.
So even in a bar, but on the sidewalk, walking down the street, you know,
Okay.
in parks. So that's something I've enjoyed in Ukraine. Not like back home in the States. You have to find a spot to plan your smoking.
Yeah. Just hang in and wait. Yeah. This is something else we should mention about this. So someone is, I don't know, is traveling or whatever, comes to Ukraine. He should bring tobacco, or is it possible to get even tobacco?
I would suggest to bring it with you. That's going to be a lot easier.
Same for France.
And yeah, if you're going to be looking for tobacco, besides you can find, like I said, some McBaron blends and maybe some Petersons and a Larson blender too, maybe. But you can't rely on getting a certain blend. So if you walk into a shop, you never know what's going to be there.
Yeah, you can't
and
be sure
you could come back a week later and it could be a different selection or nothing at all or something like that.
Wow.
So
Sounds pretty
if you're not going to bring any with you, you should have a plan in place because you might
And what
be
about
very
filters?
disappointed.
You get any filters now?
Yeah, you can buy filters.
Nee,
Okay.
im Prinzip
And,
nicht. Ich habe da nicht so viel mit zu tun, aber es geht.
And most of the people I see have filtered pipes. Yeah.
Gemacht,
But again,
die
it's
letzten
typically
Endes Protokolle erfasst.
people
Das muss heutzutage
will buy a
im
pipe
technischen Bereich
if they go on a trip someplace,
von der Gefährdungs-
or if they know
Beurteilung
someone
bis zum
who's going
Stundenzettel.
someplace,
Ja,
right?
aber uns
And
eins
so,
erstmal, der
if you make a trip back home,
Freund, der eine Firma und sagte,
can you
kann
get
ich
this
schon
and this for
sagen,
me?
kann ich abbrechen. Oh, das
So
kostet
pretty much they
alles
just
Geld.
rely on
Das heißt,
what's
wir
at
müssen
hand.
digitalisieren.
Okay.
Dann sind wir eigentlich auf die Idee gekommen, eine App.
So,
Und
should we do a greeting to your Ukrainian pipe smokers?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw a video I did a little while back. I did
I didn't
one
watch
in,
the videos in Ukrainian.
In Ukrainian, yeah.
Das kriegen die nicht hin.
Because,
Ich
I don't
bin
know,
mehr der Vertrieb,
don't get much out
der
of it.
kommuniziert.
There was a
Und
special
der Rest,
pipe in
das
that video.
funktioniert dann nicht.
Oh, damn.
Und jetzt haben wir uns überlegt, okay, es gibt...
I'm gonna rewatch that, and you should too. Put a link down the bottom.
Yeah, so I thought it would be cool.
Die haben eigentlich ein ganz anderes
It's,
Konzept.
I don't want to say it's rare and sort of offend all Ukrainians, but there's not a lot of Ukrainians that speak English, or not a lot, especially that would be willing to do a video in English. So in hopes of trying to get more presenters from Ukraine, we thought, maybe I'll do a few videos and invite people in, and we'll see what happens.
There's at least one who sent the package to Tom. He's an Northwest pipe smoker.
Yeah, there's Dirty Boots Piper, I think. I don't know if you know him. We've had a few interactions. He does videos in English from time to time, and he's on Instagram as well.
So that's great. Wherever you are, that's what my channel is about, to encourage to wherever you are, do some videos.
Yeah, it's great.
Share your experience. So I think we know far too less about what's going on in several places. So we know about the big cities. We have an idea, let's say, what's going on in Central Europe, an island or wherever, and big cities in the United States and so on. But certainly we don't have really good idea what's going on in other parts of the world. So so just let us know.
Yeah, it makes the whole community a lot richer when there's a higher variety of people from around the world, people from rural settings, people from urban settings.
So encourage the guys in Ukrainian.
Yeah. То що сказати, давайте приєднайтеся до нас. Ми будемо дуже раді вас вітати в нашу, не знаю, спілку, групу. Буде все дуже класно. Так що давайте. Робіть відео, знімайте, виставляйте, залишайте коменти, лайки, що хочете.
You want to say take care and perhaps see you again in Ukrainian?
Yeah.
Gotta think about that.
It doesn't really translate, really.
It doesn't really translate.
Yeah. So I always say at the end, be well and love truly.
Love truly.
Yeah. So I'll just leave it like that. Yeah.
And you said that?
In Ukrainian? No, I didn't.
Yeah, say it.
You put me on the spot. It doesn't translate well. You don't say be well. You might say, I don't even know.
Die können das teilweise nicht. Das kannst du also anschließen. Du hast also einen separaten Nachweis.
Be well.
Jeder hat sein, ich habe das und das ist mein
I guess, yeah, I don't know. You put me on the spot.
Sorry for that. I gotta cut that.
It's okay, whatever.
Der kriegt nur bei Blogin ganz normal.
Alright guys, you see, we didn't have any drinks so far, so
Yeah.
but we will after the video. We should. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I think from Ronny's place. For now. Good to have you here. Thanks for helping out with the review, and
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so much
Das ist so unser
appreciated.
Gedanke und, ja,
Hope you guys
wenn wir
are well.
allerspätestens zum
So take care
Jahresbeginn damit durchstarten.
and perhaps see you again.
Perhaps.
Also dann an Markt gehen,
Perhaps.
durchstarten.
We never
ja,
know.
Aber an Markt gehen. So, und dann durchschippern und gucken, wie schnell
Yeah, just so.
groß sowas wird. Und, aber wenn du solche Lizenzen hast,
Be well and not truly.
wenn du erstmal auf der Stelle aufgefallen bist,
Yeah, no one would say that.
gibst es ja nicht, normalerweise nicht wieder ab. Das heißt, erstmal relativ
That's the Robbie.
safe. Du sagst, den besuche ich jetzt nächstes Jahr wieder. Und du kannst da ja der Fiddle auf online machen, wenn das mal steht. Genau.
Ronny?
Well,
Seid ihr am erstmal patentieren, oder?
Ukrainians are really big on wishing.
Naja, auch
That's-
Software-Code kann
and
man
it's so
natürlich
strange because I don't.
klar.
It's so different from in the States that
dahinter, also die,
I don't even know how to
was
explain it.
der Fachausdruck ist. Frame oder
Yeah, so like
Backend
I would say like I
Front,
wish you
oder-
well,
Ja,
or
also das
I
sind-
wish you have a
das sind
good
auch nur
day.
die,
You might
sind
say.
eigentlich auch die kommerzielle
But even
Seite.
that seems
Ja, die-
a bit strange.
Diese meine Stadtgeschichte, das
say.
ist auch schon patentiert.
Uh,
Und das
and
liegt
like,
daran,
so someone has a
nur, dass
birthday.
es ein bisschen abwandelt.
Is it common here
Weil
to
die haben die beiden
make some sort of
Unternehmen,
wishes, like
also in Süddeutschland,
wish
die haben
you
die meine
health
Stadtgeschichte
and
weiter
happiness
vorantreiben,
and
haben aber gar nicht so eine Einnahmequelle wie das Potenzial, was bei uns
yeah, so that's huge
Kannst
in
du
Ukraine.
das nicht sagen,
And you
dass
have to say
irgendwann
something.
hast du einen Kundenstamm
And,
in keine
I
Ahnung,
always feel so awkward because I don't know what to say.
Wenn dann genügend
For them
Kunden da
it's so-
sind,
it's
die
just
im Moment
natural.
sagen, ich hab's vorher und
And they
sagen,
can
mal, guck mal hier.
Make things up
Wir haben hier
just
so und
so
so viele Kunden, die
quickly.
machen das für deren Bereich und in Augsburg läuft das so und so, wie sieht's denn aus? Wie läuft das?
And then I started to notice it. Like, so
Ja, das ist richtig.
I was in a home a few days ago, and they had one of those Amazon Alexa
Ah, alright.
that listens to you all the time thing, yeah? And you can tell her to say like play some music, and you say Alexa, turn on some Bob Dylan.
And you said thank you.
And I said thank you to the machine,
Alexa.
and I said why am I saying thank you to this robot?
Mit dem Gebäudesystem so.
And then I
dass sich
tried
Alexa
not to
bewegt.
do it,
Yeah.
and it was hard not to.
And did the robot
And then I
answer?
felt bad for not saying thank you to the machine. And I said, wow, this is really
Did the robot answer?
no.
Welcome. You're
It
welcome.
doesn't say you're welcome. No. I thought,
Or did-
wow,
or
this
did the
robot's
machine-
being rude to me, and I'm being polite to it.
Or did the machine say you don't have to thank me in your own house?
No, it didn't. It felt bad not to. I was trying to not say thank you to this machine because that's silly. And then when I didn't, I was like, oh, I felt uncomfortable.
I like to talk to machines.
Like we didn't
Talk to
interfere
the
too much
car.
with your video.
Oh no.
I hope we didn't interfere too much with your video.
No. We're just talking.
That's so funny. When Alexa came out, it wasn't too bad. But then they had this. What's the other machine's face? The one that Google introduced.
I don't know what it's called. Google
Chromecast.
Home.
No. That the other. No, Siri.
Siri, yeah, from Apple.
Apple. Apple, yeah, that's the one. And then what's the joke? Siri, can you tell me if there's still beer in the fridge? Go ask your bitch, Alexa. yeah, that's how we got there. I'm wondering, so you're Ukrainian?
No, I'm American.
But you're Ukrainian, it's not too bad.
It's alright.
So you were bored once and just at Sydney Sheldon in Big Bang you learned Ukrainian and...
No, I moved to Ukraine. I'm a missionary there. I've
Oh,
been there for a number of years.
okay.
My wife's Ukrainian, so that helps.
Missionary of the Latter-day Saints or...
Reformed Church, Protestant.
Oh, okay.
So how do you know about that?
About what?
About
My
all those
Ukrainian?
things?
All of those things. I studied in the US, and one of my best dorm friends was a Mormon, so I know about their missionary.
All right.
And I don't know. I don't think Mormons would do the pipe smoking thing. I
No.
could be wrong. So I said, okay, maybe it's the
They don't.
Church of Christ, whatever they're saying.
No,
So
Why not?
they don't even do caffeine.
no,
Why not?
I think they might do caffeine now.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I mean, on my,
Why did the Lord give us the tobacco?
Well, you
It's
should
not-
ask-
no. I'm pretty sure they would say that.
If I say, you know, if I start telling them, you need to leave the Orthodox
No,
Church or
that's
something,
over.
then that's over in
But
5 seconds.
that's
you
the
know?
approach. I mean, I've never thought about that step, but that actually going back in European history 400 years. That's what Luther did, starting to translate the Bible from Latin to German, and just feed the hungry locals, and tell them actually that a mass in Latin doesn't really serve the people. It serves a purpose, but not the people. So, am I getting close to your approach here? I don't want to enter your territory too much, but
Yeah.
I mean, the word is out there, and regarding your basic, I assume that the what we call I'm Roman Catholic, so what we call the Old Testimony is pretty much the same what you use, I assume,
Yes.
and the 4 Gospels as well.
Yes.
So, what would be the major difference in beliefs? I mean, do you worship the saints as the Roman Catholics do, I assume? And you don't believe in the revival of the soul as the paradise after death, correct?
We do.
We do, but not as the extent as the Roman Catholics
Yes.
do. Okay. Yeah.